Hey, it's Steve Zalunardo here with Remax Experts, Zalunardo Associates. Happy Monday morning, Tuesday morning rather. Hope you all had a great long weekend. Current inventory right now, we're at 22,442 units. Remember what we mentioned earlier on in July into August. We're going to have an inventory dump coming into the first week of September, probably second and third week of September. So this is why we're riding the highest inventory of the year currently right now. We're at 22,442. 569 sales, so relatively, they're still very low. Clearly, we like to be at around 800 to 1,000, but things are moving. We notice even with our properties, we're whatever we have listed right now, we're getting showings, we're getting potential offers coming in, but clearly right now it's a fight going forward. It's like we have to do the buyer's agent's job at the same time as a selling agent, where we have to keep the buyer's agent motivated and propped up and continuous follow up to make sure these offers come in, and then hopefully get some negotiation going on or some paperwork in front of our clients. If you're clearly the buying side is amazing. You got all the power at hand. You can create terms and conditions that you couldn't use in the past, which we all know this now. So it's so one side is going to be the difficult side, and obviously the buying side is going to be very easy flow currently right now. The only issue is if you're buying and selling. If whoever's buying, clearly they got to sell, or if it's a first time buyer, it's quite easy that way. But if they are buying and selling, then we might have to put an SPP clause in and stuff like that. So we're tying up properties until we get them sold. That's pretty much it. If we kind of get into just the market in general, sorry, I got a lot of stuff going on this morning. Just remember, we have a policy meeting tomorrow, so September 4th, and so interest rate announcement. So this could be another cut in the rate. If you kind of see here, we had a cut in June, a quarter point, like 25 basis points, one in July, another 25 basis points, and there could possibly be another one now, another 25 basis points. I think the whole world is basically aligned. All the economies around the world are starting to cut, and I'll show you another country. I know the UK is already cutting, Australia is already cutting. This is Sweden. Swedish central bank is going to start lowering the rate. They already lowered a quarter basis point. They're going to go for another quarter basis point. They mentioned that their economy is treading water, clearly similar to Toronto market. But we know what happens once these rates come down. These prices are going to catch fire, not just in Canada but in U.S. also. Our CPI is at 2.5%. If you kind of see, we've been under 3% since January of this year, so it's sort of like 2.9, 2.8, then it went back to 2.9, 2.7, 2.9, 2.7, 2.5. So we're in the right direction. Clearly, if these guys keep lowering the rate, we're going to get this a little bit boosted back up. But I think it's fine line now. It's almost like equilibrium where it's starting to meet. I would watch this too, because the U.S. now is meeting they are meeting September 5th. They're going to be meeting September 5th also, and they're going to be I think they're going to reduce 25 basis points there. And then if you are looking to purchase something in the U.S., watch that, because that's a great time to kind of change money. Currently right now, we're at 135. I always say it's the 35% juice on the dollar, basically. So it's at 135. I bought it here at its lowest point. I think I bought it at 134-ish, something. Around here, maybe 135. No, I think it was 134 and a bit. I bought it lower. I don't know why it's not showing. You'll see if the U.S. reduces their policy rate, you're going to see this drop down to 134, 133. So it's obviously going to be a good time to change money if you are looking to change it. I would watch this too. If you kind of see now, this is the U.S. How this is a great way to do it. I can see what their mortgage rates are. So this is a mortgage, 30-year mortgage. If you see right now, we're at 6.35%, which still seems pretty high, but look where we came from. This was 7.8% back in October of 2023. So imagine that, and still we're a moving product like crazy. And now we're about 1.5 points lower, and still going down further. So this might get into the fives, mid fives by the end of the year, I would imagine. That's even without a policy rate change in the U.S. So this is looking good. Just remember, if you are looking to buy something in the U.S., you gotta pay attention to this. This is kind of slowed down and made builders give crazy incentives away because of they need to keep pushing. These are publicly traded companies. This is not a family-owned company. They're not going to put the brakes on anything. They need to do performance and performa. So they have to sell so many houses per month in order to keep target, in order to get bonuses. So they're going to keep pushing. Whatever that does, what that does is obviously takes down the prices on the value of the houses. They keep adjusting just to keep the product moving. There's no pause. This is why when I get questions about properties in the U.S., especially with builders, it's just we have to check in on them weekly because everything changes drastically with them just based on their last performance. But that's pretty much it. Have a safe week at school, everyone, you and your children, and we'll talk soon.